Hello, this is AJ Burman filling in for Murtz Jaffer in Inside Pulse. Murtz is at Reality Rally, so he asked AJ, Season 1 house guest, to fill in to interview Sarah Miller.
Hello.
Sarah recently evicted yesterday. So Sarah, how does it feel to be out now into the real world a little bit?
It feels wonderful. I am out of that insane asylum that they call the Big Brother house. Yay, I'm free.
Yes, it is. It's definitely being through this experience myself. It's definitely a bit of freedom being away from those people after being enclosed with them in a house. Tell me, why was there such a divide in your house right from the start?
Honestly, I still haven't quite figured out the divide. I think when I go back and watch some of the episodes, I'll be able to place it better. But it really was kind of the underdogs versus who they thought were not the underdogs. I think that's where the divide essentially came from.
Yeah. Obviously, I think the biggest game-changing moment for your game and in the house was when Canada won HOH. So how do you feel about this particular twist that may be one of the reasons why you're sitting out here talking to AJ?
You know what? Personally, I love the twist. I loved that Canada has such a big part in this season. I knew as soon as I heard Canada was going to be HOH, my just gut told me it was going to be Andrew and Sabrina. We all knew it. And so we were all scrambling a little bit, trying to figure out what our plan B was going to be. But I don't think that's specifically why I'm here. Mm-hmm. I think it was my own doing that I'm here. But I love the Canada twist.
Okay. So if there was something you could have done differently in your game, what would it have been?
It would have been, I guess, just to be more focused on game moves and less about people that I cared about or the emotions of the game. But to even say that to you, I don't know that going in I could even do it differently. I really don't, because in my mind was telling me to do one thing, my heart was telling me to do another, and I went with my heart. So maybe I could do that differently next time.
Next time. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that people don't always see when they're watching it on TV is that you see the game, you see what people are saying, but you know what you don't see? You don't see what people are actually thinking in their own minds and how the relationships and friendships really develop in the house.
Totally.
And I see you've already developed an amazing friendship with Kenny.
Yes.
Who else are you going to maintain like strong friendships with outside the house, do you think?
For now, just Kenny. Hopefully Arlie. I actually love Arlie. I'm really rooting for him to win this game. But I hope Arlie, John, there's a lot of people in Netta I love. So I hope that we'll all have friendships.
Good. That's the best attitude. Yeah. I can tell you from my experience, we're a very close family. Yeah. Season 1's very close to each other. Some of those friendships needed some time outside the game and remembering it's just a game. Yeah. And then when you get to know people outside the real world, it is much different. So I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. The people that you think you're going to be friends with, you might even be friends with more of them. Yeah. Believe it or not.
No, I do believe that. I left the house feeling so loved by everybody, and I'm happy with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
So in the house, why don't you speak to how different it is from watching it? Because just like you, I'm a big fan of the show. What is it like to actually be in the house? The big differences from just watching it on TV.
I guess the big difference is you have no idea what's going on. You really have to base it on your gut. You have to base it on what people are telling you, which is 90% lies. And just the seclusion and being cut off from your friends and family, you do go a little crazy in there. And, try to talk yourself out of self-evicting. Like every day someone's like, I'm self-evicting today. So it's just, it's just trying to keep yourself calm and remembering that it is just a small period of time. It will be over eventually. And but people don't realize how hard it is to be in that small space with the same people for 43 days.
Absolutely. That time frame. I mean, if you got in there longer, it would have been much different. How hard is it as a mother, missing your husband, missing your two beautiful kids?
For me, if you watched, most of the crying is that. I missed my family so much. My husband, Jason, you are so much more amazing than I ever knew. These men in here, they're disgusting. They're pigs. They fart all the time. It's horrific. So I'm going to treat him like a god when I get home. But my kids are amazing. My kids are more mature than most of these people in this house, honestly. I felt like they should be house guests, and they would be telling everybody, like, smarten up, stop yelling. But,
Okay, so who was the toughest person to live with in the house?
The toughest person for me personally was probably, oh God, they're going to kill me.
They may not even see this.
It was a combination of Andrew and Sabrina.
Wow. Not a big surprise at all.
No.
From what we watched, not a big surprise at all.
And I do really love them both as people, but Andrew just has a way about him that is very not my way. And Sabrina can be very draining. She needs a lot of attention and support. And when you're in there trying to focus, that takes away from what you're trying to do. So that was really difficult.
See, I feel like the way the first 5 was put together,
Yes.
it was put together on the spot.
Yes.
The first 5 people to walk in.
Yes.
Would you have picked different people to be in that first 5 in your mind? Did you ever think of that? Say, hey, maybe if 4 different people, besides
Yeah.
Kenny, obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I still would have kept Arlie, but I think if it wouldn't have been for Sabrina and Andrew, I think if it would have been 2 other people, Arlie might have stuck it out. He's still masterminding a lot of different things in there, but maybe it would have been a better chance had it been 2 people that were just a little less dramatic.
Yeah, because your alliance was just formed by circumstance, not by
Exactly.
strategy. And then we, outside the house, before you get in, you're thinking, okay, who I'm going to align with?
Yeah.
And you guys just picked the first 4 people you saw, which is interesting because you
Yeah.
went pretty far.
Yeah.
It was a pretty strong alliance. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting strategy.
For me, the first 5 was less about the people and more about let's see if we can do something, stay loyal. Let's see if we can start and end together. It would be cool. It would be something I've never seen before. And that was really what was keeping me in it, to be honest.
But Canada had other ideas, so I can do it.
Canada didn't like it.
Okay, so it's prediction time. So 2 things. Who do you want to win the game, and who do you think is going to win the game?
I want Arlie to win this game. I think he has a strong chance of winning, but I do think that John has an equally strong chance. So I think between the 2 of them, it'll probably be one or the other.
That's really interesting.
But then maybe Netta, like maybe she's just going to come right out now that I know these sneaky things she's been doing. Who knows?
Yeah.
Allison, actually, she's got this power now. She's been...
Allison
that's
had
a
all that
question.
pre-information.
Yes.
And we got to understand, if Allison gets to the end of the game, you'd have to vote for her.
That's what I mean. So although I want it to be Arlie, at this point I have no idea who it might actually be.
Great. So what's next for Sarah?
See my family, give them hugs and kisses, catch up, and then who knows?
Awesome. Well, that's it for me. Thanks very much, Sarah. We're going to end with this little deuce here that we give to Murtz.